the children. The way they have performed so far, does it make you want to go back as a child again?
Yes.
I tell you, I don't believe I was that brave and talented as these children are today. And therefore I'd like to encourage us, especially parents, to really support their children. Please, brethren, don't say unkind words to them. Don't make them feel belittled or not valued, because that will dampen their spirit. That will make them become like the people that you hear on the news who does wrong things. But the more we can encourage them, they can be truly the men and women of tomorrow. Leaders who will be able to carry the country or wherever they go. They will be able to carry that for them, for others to see them as outstanding citizens. So please, brethren, let us encourage them. And this is not my sermon yet. All right? At this time, I'd like to welcome our visitors. I know Clarence mentioned a few, and I'd like to say all our visitors, right? Is there anyone here, let's ask it in a different word, is there anyone here who doesn't know me? Apart from my members. Right, so those of you who do not know me, I can assume you're visitors. Right? Our first-time visitors. And it is to you at this time, and those that I know who are looking at me and smiling, right? I'd like to welcome you to Bilston, you know, to this special Children's Day. And I'm so happy that you came, because you are able to see what our children are capable to do in the hands of the Lord. Amen. So therefore, I'm going to ask you to come again. Right? I'm going to ask you, because you know, we love visitors, we love our members, and we love visitors. We love having people together where we are able to worship the Lord in spirit and in truth. And I pray that as you worship with us today, you will feel the love of God flowing through everything that we do. And through that, you will want to come again. To our regular members and regular visitors, we're happy to have you too. And I pray that as we worship together, we will encourage and get to know the Lord more. Can we just bow our heads, please? Loving kind Father, loving kind you, for your loving kindness towards us. Thank you for bringing us here, and we ask, Lord, that as we listen to your words, that you will speak to me and speak to each and every one of us, so that we will know that you are real and that you are genuinely interested in our lives. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Amen. The topic I'm going to look briefly on today. What time is it? Right. The topic I'm going to look briefly on today is why did Jesus came? Why did he come to earth? Why? I know, we've got answers. But in order to understand why he came, we need to just understand briefly of what was happening. What was the condition of the earth? What was the condition of the people? And why he came? Number one, sin has taken possession of every man, woman, and child on planet Earth. There was no one that was good. Everyone was doing what they thought was right. And many of us here, if not all of us, can identify with that. Right? Every one of us can identify with it. So people was doing their own thing. There were different views. You have the Pharisees, the Sadducees, and the all sorts of things saying one thing. They have their own philosophy. They were making their own rules as to how they think things ought to be. Just like today. The same way in the church, you have different people with different viewpoints, different rules, different regulations, different habits. But most of all, they had a wrong concept of God. They had the wrong understanding of what God was like. Their expectation was not really rested on knowing God and knowing what God can really do. They were looking on God and judging God as how they see themselves. They were expecting that God is like them. So whatever they would do is what they thought God would also do. So therefore, why did Jesus come? I asked a question to a group earlier on. Have you ever had a visitor or visitors that come to your home and while they were there or even after they left, you ask yourself the question, why did they come? Why did they visit you? What did they want? Has that ever happened to you?
Yes.
You've never, oh thank you, I've got a witness there. Oh yes, and I've only seen two nodding their heads. But I'm sure, if I may say it in a different way, in your mind sometimes when you have certain visitors, immediately in your head you have one and one.
Yes.
Right? You can understand that. You ask yourself the question because you cannot understand what has been their purpose of coming. Whatever it is that they had said to you did not make sense. So it's the same question. Why did Jesus come? Many people do not understand why he came to earth. As a matter of fact, when he came, they even had misconception. They thought, yes, he is the Messiah, and what he's going to do, he's going to fight and get rid of the Romans. They expected him to take up arms, to have a gun, to have a sword, and to lead Israel into fighting and driving out the Romans from their country. They have that misconception. There are 3 areas. There are many areas, but there are 3 areas I'm going to look on, which will help us to understand why Jesus came. And the first one is to seek and to save us. Let's turn to Matthew 1, verse 21. Matthew 1, verse 21, I'm just paraphrasing it. It tells us that, referring to Mary, he said, she shall bring forth a son, and you shall call his name Jesus. Why? Because it tells us that he will save his people from their sins. So we know that Jesus came to save us from our sins. Has he saved you? Do you consider yourself as one of his people that he has saved? If so, why? Why do you consider yourself as part of the people or one of the people he has saved? If you don't, why? Why haven't you considered yourself to be someone that Jesus has saved? I don't want you to answer. I want you to think about it. I want you to think, where am I? How do I understand? There's a beautiful illustration in Luke chapter 19 and verse 10. This was after Christ had met with Zacchaeus. And Zacchaeus recognized his condition. He recognized that there was something special about Jesus. As a matter of fact, he knew that Jesus had something that he needed. With all the scheming that he had been doing, with all the money he has taken falsely or illegally from people, he realized that he did not have anything. But this man had something he needed, and as a result of it, Zacchaeus made a pledge. I'm going to return back to others what I have taken. In other words, I'm going to correct my behavior. I'm going to correct my attitude. I'm going to correct my standard of living. And I'm going to correct my standing within the community. And therefore, Jesus made a statement afterward in Luke 19 verse 10, where he said, for the Son of Man is come to seek and to save that which was lost. So therefore Jesus is saying, this is why I come, because I come to seek everyone who are available, who will make themselves available to God. God will do something. I know we have been coming to church for donkey's years. I know that we understand certain things. But you know, unless we are able to open our heart, don't harden it. Don't say, well, I know all these things already. If we are not open, if we are not easy to recognize our fault, if we are not able to see the condition that we are in, coming to church is of no value whatsoever. Because we are not willing for the Holy Spirit to take control. And therefore Zacchaeus recognized it, that he needed Christ. He needed God in his life in spite of what he had accumulated. He recognized that Jesus came to seek and to save people. The second reason, Jesus came to show us that God loves us. Amen. Do you feel you're being loved at the moment? All right. Do you love somebody? Let's turn it that way. Because you know, sometimes in order to feel loved, you first have to love somebody. You cannot be alone. You cannot stand up and feel, well, let them love me first, then I will love them afterwards. I know some of us feel that way. If you don't love me, I don't love you. You know, you've heard it. You know, I've heard it too. You know, but God, Jesus come to say, look here, God loves you. The text that was read, he said, John 3:16, that for God so loved the world, that he gave his only begotten Son, that what? What happened? Right. So God loves us. As a matter of fact, Romans 5 verse 8 tells us that while, thank you, while I was still a sinner, when I was far away from God, God still loves me. He did not love me because I first loved him. He did not love me because I first made that approach. He did not love me because I first started to witness. I first started to do gathering. I first started to pay tithe. I first started to attend church. He did not love me because of these things. He loved me because the scripture tells us that God is love. You know, we use that word so carelessly. Right? We use it very carelessly. We use it for all sorts of things. But when God says he loves us, it carries weight. We are in no delusion. We know that when he says, I love you, it is genuine. Today people use the word and say, I love you. They love you this minute. And what happened the next? Thank you. You're speaking from experience. You know, so it is important for us to understand that we cannot put God in the same position as we. We do not understand some of the things that we say we do understand. And therefore, God loves us, and he came for this reason to demonstrate what love is. And that none of us is unreachable with his love.
Amen.
Hence the reason why the Pharisees was accusing Jesus. Hey, you are walking and talking and eating with these publicans. In other words, he was saying, hey, these are low-down people, these are low-class people. You should not be, if you are saying you are God, you should not be associating yourself with those people. I know when I was growing up, my mum, she used to tell us things. Oh, don't keep company with them. If I use the word, some of us will understand. She used to say they're bad breed. I knew you would understand. So she used to warn us. Right? Who to keep company with and who not to. So mankind developed their concept. And therefore they accuse Christ. Hey, you should not be. But Jesus is saying, look here, I love all of them, regardless of what class, what situation they find themselves in, I still love them.
Amen.
As a matter of fact, he turned round and said, look here, I come to call the sinners, these very same people that you are saying I must not associate with. I come specifically to bring them to know God.
Amen.
Not you, because you think you're righteous already. You think you know it all. So Jesus come to clear up who God is. He also wants us, the third thing, he wants us to know what God is like. Do you know what God is like? Okay, let's turn it another bit. Do you know what your wife, or husband, or children, or mother, or father is like? Can you give a description? Can you tell, would you be able, for example, would you be able to go to the shop and buy something for them, knowing that they will like it, they will appreciate it? I can see a few heads, nothing. Oh yeah, I can see the heads, nothing. So some of us know what our partner, wife, or husband, or children, or mother, or whoever, what they're like and what they would accept. Unfortunately, some of us have not got the properest idea. Oh, I cannot buy something for him or her, or for them as parents. I know my daughter in London, she usually prefers to buy things for me because she knows that when she buys something, I'm going to love it. Not like it, I'm going to love it. Others will buy something, I will accept it gracefully. I'll say thank you and everything. But deep inside of me, I would not like it. Because they would have bought the wrong things. Sometimes they don't bother to even ask. They don't bother to even think. And that is how we are with God. We do not know what God is like. We develop our own understanding. Some of us, for example, think that God is very hard. That God is very vindictive. that God is very forgiving, that God is quick to point out all your faults, all your sins, that God is ready to take vengeance on you the moment you make a mistake. Many of us think like that. It was back then, and it is today. And Jesus come to show, look here, I did not come to do that. I come to heal people, the broken-hearted, those who are feeling downtrodden, those who are really, really sorry for their sins, those people who do not have anybody to lean on. I am here for them. And therefore, it was interesting that in John chapter 14, when Philip turned to Jesus, they were in a conversation, and Philip turned to Jesus and said, you know, we've been talking a long time. We've been with you for, say, 3 years. Tell us about the Father. Show us what he's like. And it's very interesting that in verse 10, verse 10, Jesus, verse 9 and 10, Jesus referred. You know, when we read it at first, you may have thought it's a very strange response. He said, Philip, have I been with you for so long? And you don't know me? Look, Philip did not say, tell me what you are like. He said, show us the Father. Tell us about the Father. And Jesus turned and said, hold on, I've been with you for so long and you don't know me? If you've seen me, if you've been taking notice of the thing that I have been doing, if you have been listening to what I've been saying, if you have been noticing my lifestyle, if you know me, you will know my Father. Amen. Why? Because I and my Father are two separate. Amen. We're not different in purpose. We've got the same outlook. We've got the same understanding. We've got the same aim and objectives. Everything I do it because my Father had instructed me. In other words, we speak with one voice. We're not divided. And therefore, brethren, we understand that Christ came to bring us understanding of what God is like. But you know something? You and I cannot know what He's like. We cannot know what God expects of us if we do not read this book.
Amen.
I know many of us enjoy reading, but we don't enjoy reading the Bible. As a matter of fact, the moment you pick the Bible up, that's when sweet sleep. I can see that those who understand what I'm saying. You know, you can sit down and you can watch telly from morning to noon or night. You can read these magazines or whatever it is. You can even study your school work, college work, uni work all day. And you don't feel sleepy. But the moment You pick the Bible up to read it. It's as if you've never slept in all your life before. Because there's someone laughing behind it. You know, and that's how it is. I'm speaking from experience as well. There are times when I want to read, and the moment I pick the Bible up, my eyes become heavy. And I want to sleep. And I have to talk to myself and say, hey, come on, you already slept. And I really have to talk to myself, and sometimes I'm so glad that there's no one in the room. Because they would think I'm mad. I'm literally talking out, not in my head. I'm saying it out. Come on, Herbie, you've slept already. Come on, you can do it. And I talk myself back to start reading. Amen. Because as we do that, brethren, we are going to know God. We're going to understand why Jesus came. And we are going to see that He accepts us. And how do we know? How do we know that we love God in return? How do we know that God is leading us? The scripture tells us quite clearly. If you love me, right? If you love me, as I said, this word love has been used carelessly. But He said, if you love me, you will do what I've told you to do. You will have faith in me, you will have confidence in me, you will have that assurance, knowing that whatever I tell you to do will be solid. There won't be any twist in it. And therefore, I'd like to recommend Jesus to each and every one of us. Because He come and He came so that you and I will not allow sin to have dominion over us anymore. We will be free from it. And you know, brethren, that's what each one of us needs in our life, to be free from sin. And that's what Jesus came to do, to free us from it. I don't know if you're struggling with whatever habits, whatever things that you're feeling joy doing. But you know, Jesus said, if you come to me, I'm not going to turn you away. You know, sometimes as parents, our children does naughty things. And when that child comes to talk to us, what do we do? I can tell you what you do. Go away. And I'm saying it nicely. Go away. You're too rude, you're too this, you're too that. You do that. But God said, if you come to me, it doesn't matter what condition. He said, I'm not going to turn you away. I'm there for you. I'm there for you. I'd like to recommend God to us. Not for somebody else, but for you. So that you and I will know Him. That you and I can also demonstrate what God is like to somebody out there. Or should I say, first of all, demonstrate what God is like within your own family. And within the church, we demonstrate what God is like. It means it's going to be very painful. that we will have to get rid of our own self, our own desires, our own willpower, our own understanding, and say, Lord, you direct. You tell me what you want me to do. You tell me how you want me to live. You tell me how you want me to demonstrate to others, so that others will know you too. If we're willing, God promised. He has promised us that we will not have to do it by ourselves. He will be there to lead and to guide us. So I pray that as we continue to ask ourselves, why did Jesus come? That we will develop a better understanding, so that we can be the sort of people that God really wants us to be, not just for now, but always. This is my prayer for each and every one of us. God bless.